Good morning guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing absolutely incredible and amazing and fantastic. It is Tuesday morning and this video is all about balancing, running, Hyrox, lifting, you name it. But we're just starting with my daily stack, all from my protein, which I said before. I actually did start creatine, when did I start? It must have been like 3 weeks ago now. You saw me take it in Marrakesh, but just feel like definitely I want creatine back in my life. My hip is still really bad. It's just, I pulled out the half marathon. I've never really pulled out a race before. I had to pull out London Marathon last year, if you remember. If you're new, you won't know, but I had a really bad ankle. And then my hip flare up is an injury that I've had for years. And randomly, it just flares up now and then. It happened right before Geneva Marathon. And I was like, oh, that feels fucking funky. Obviously did the race, was absolutely fine during the marathon, was absolutely fine after, the week after. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, absolutely fine. The Friday, I was like, oh my God. So since then, I've not really ran. I've done a little bit. Last week I did try and do 2 runs, a 12 and a 14K, and then I just had to pull out that race because I was like, this is too much. I never say it's too much of an injury because it's more of like a niggle that's like flared up, because I can still kind of do things. Like Hyrox training and strength training is going super well. I do feel really strong. I feel excited for Hyrox World, and when this video goes live, Hyrox World will be in 4 days. I do feel really excited. I feel strong. Hyrox functional training is going really well. It's obviously just the running that is very uncomfortable for me at the moment, because where the pain is in my hip. I am gonna try and run today. I've not ran for a while, and I'm just gonna see how it goes. So I am quite good at balancing all these different things that I do on a weekly basis. So I'd usually run minimum 60K a week, 2 full Hyrox sessions, and then 3 strength sessions. That's something I've just been able to essentially cope with, and my body just responds to it really well. Saying that, obviously, my hip has definitely flared up, and it's not something that is ideal at all. I didn't expect it to flare up, but I semi kind of knew. I was like, oh yeah, it's a lot of ultras and marathons back to back, Lucy. By the way, I'm going to run at the gym. I think treadmill work from one of the first more runs back. I think it'll be good to just do on a treadmill. I'm gonna wear the Adidas Supernova. But yeah, I've always had a relatively high volume, and that's what I always say to people, because I think it's important. If I was just like, yeah, I do all this and I've never had a high training volume, I've always had a pretty high training volume ever since I was like tiny, like such a young age. I grew up as an athlete. So I'm bound to adapt a little bit better to the amount of training that I'm doing. I did a podcast episode with Cassia for 9 Lives, and I will insert the clip here that I'm talking about, where I think I'm just quite open about doing hard things and keeping up with myself and my emotions and everything like that. So the reason I kind of have to keep up with myself is to better that previous thing, to make everyone else proud or still believe in me or what I'm doing.
But you know, Lucy, like, you're still a worthy and lovable person without. If you never did another race, you'd still be.
I don't believe that though.
Really? If you never ever did another Hyrox or ultra or anything, you'd still be lovable, and you'd still be impressive, and you'd still be a great wife and a wonderful sister.
If I stop doing these hard things and what I'm doing, I'm not good enough.
Lucy.
So I just keep doing it.
But you're so intelligent and so kind, and you're so worth everything, even without any races. Of course, what you do is amazing, but the magic is because it's you. There's space for these extraordinary things, but I think at least being honest with the fact that it's hard to slow down is really important.
So yeah, my emotions have just been quite high. When this video goes live, we'll be literally flying to Nice in 4 days. Can't believe it. Can't believe it. I am very excited though. I'm just praying and hoping that my hip feels okay. Like, the thing is with me, I can run on this hip pain, but that is not good. So I need to, this is why today I'm like completely weighing it up, seeing how I'm feeling, seeing how I'm getting on, everything like that. So I've got my shoes, got my stuff. I'm nipping straight into town after for an appointment, by the way. That's why I've got all my crap with me. Hello, little boy. Another thing I've been doing every single day, foam rolling and using the ball. Now, I've got physio tonight, but I went to physio last week. I got really specific exercises for my hip, and a few people on Instagram, a lot of people are like, oh, I've also got hip issues. Guys, if you also have hip issues or injuries or niggles, you'll have to go and see a physio yourself, because there's no point doing the exercises that have been given to me for my specific injury so you can try and do them also for your injury. It just doesn't work too well, guys. Like I think you really, to invest in your health and your fitness, and if you are injured or have got a niggle, I think it's really important for you as you are to go and get that tested, get your own rehab, get your own exercises, work through it, try and not copy what anyone else is doing on social media. Do you know, it's why I don't really like share rehab exercises, I guess, or what I'm doing, because I don't want you guys to copy it, and then what if it made your injury worse or your niggle worse, or I don't know, I'd feel really responsible when I'm not a physio, I'm not qualified to do that. These are the new shoes, this is my kitten, paying full attention. Let's go see if we can run. I don't hate treadmill running, I just never do it. Just been chatting to Meg for 34 minutes. Did 9k, 40 minutes, 4:30 pace, which I don't think I was running at a 4:30 pace then at all. It wasn't a treadmill. Hip felt all right, it definitely felt a little bit heavy, but is what it is. It's only just gone 8:50, so I've got loads done. I've got a run done, started vlogging this morning. I'm off to get my nails done because these are just in desperate need of to be done. And then we've got a podcast, 3 meetings, and filming, and then physio today as well. So we've got quite a busy day. I'm glad I got my training done nice and early, got up nice and early. Yeah, I just unsure about the hip. It was fine, but I didn't feel like I could push. Hopefully physio later will put my mind at ease a little bit more. This has been like a good 2.5 weeks now, like feeling the pain and like not running for 12 days of it, and then doing this and then doing that. So we will see. I love them. They're like a chrome green kind of colour for Hyrox. You can't really tell right now, but they're gorge. So I am on my way home soon. I definitely feel, I think you can probably tell in this video, I feel a little bit all over the place. And it's just because of an injury. I think injury is really hard. And it's just a hard thing to tackle, especially when I've got like Worlds coming up in so soon. But I'm going to go home, get something to eat, and then we're going to jump on a podcast. We just had a super long meeting, which is why I've not updated you on anything so far. A lot of exciting things happening. When this video goes live, I will be 4 days out of actually competing at Hyrox Worlds. Now, me and Meg in Manchester, we did really well in the one we did. We got a British record together. We got 57.59. The thing with Worlds, which is quite different that Hyrox do, if you qualify on like women's doubles weight or men's doubles weight, you go to pro weight. So the weights change completely. And they are a fair bit heavier. Like they're almost like the double on the lunges. The sleds get really sticky, really heavy. I'm excited about that. Like I think I'm probably quite suited to pro weights. I've been training really hard for Hyrox, and I do feel strong. Me and Meg are obviously doing it together, which is wonderful and so exciting. Later on in the year, I do want to do a Hyrox singles women's pro. Putting it out there now, so guys, you've got to keep me accountable. I do have like another marathon coming up. I've got a half, I think I'll do an ultra. I've just got quite a lot going on, but yeah, Hyrox, got Hyrox mixed doubles as well with Ben. The thing with Hyrox training, it ties in so well for me personally with like marathon training and running training, because Hyrox has the 8k of running in it, and you work on it continuously. When I've been doing marathon preps and training and things like that, I've also been able to train for Hyrox really well because I'm eating well, I'm eating a lot, I'm training hard, I'm recovering well. But I don't have to focus too much on my running for the Hyrox because I'm already doing running like training in my head anyway. As I said before, I run at least up to 60k a week minimum. Obviously at the moment, the past 2 weeks, I've not because of my hip. So we'll see how it goes, but I think it's really important that as like hybrid training, you find something that you love, you will do it and you'll find time for it and you'll make it a part of your life and what you do and things like that. So yeah, I think I'm definitely excited for Worlds. Obviously there'll be a whole video on that, and I think next week's YouTube I might do like a prep for it. I've also have a day with like loads of people from Gymshark, so I think I'll probably film that, but put it aside. I need to go get some food in because it is now got to literally 12 o'clock and I've not eaten yet because I've been so fucking busy today. I've just not had the chance, but there's just a little bit of realism for you because you know I'm the most realist girl for you. I've had my salts, I've had a full thing of salts and I've got more water, so I'm always having my salts and my hydration. But yeah, let's go and make some food. Cal's mortified that we put our air fryer away every day, everybody. I mean, we do use it, but we just don't use it every single opportunity. But I'm just having my oats for breakfast. Got some crunchy peanut butter and Biscoff, which are both gonna be on there today. Gonna add protein into it, get my protein up. I was just saying to Cal then, I've had steak the last 2 days. I don't usually have steak. I've actually really enjoyed how it's made me feel. I feel fucking, look at my shovel face. Yeah, but I actually do think, because I never share like calories and stuff to you guys, but I eat very well and I love food. I'm just mixing it up a bit with having more red meat and a bit more variety in my diet, and just kind of just cooking a little bit more than throwing like stuff in the microwave or just putting things together really easily. I'm trying to make time to cook, which is important, but I do have my oats every single day and I love them. Massive bowl of oats. Got 60 grams of oats, but it's got loads of fruit. It's got chia seeds, it's got peanut butter, it's got Biscoff in it. Delicious, I'm gonna enjoy. Yeah, today's podcast is actually a part 2 of one we shot last week, which is all about hybrid training. Last week we spoke about nutrition with hybrid training and it ended up being like a full hour. And this week we're gonna speak about equipment, sups, like all the stuff that isn't spoken about like that easily in one episode. So if you want to jump on the podcast, it's the Not So Fit Couple on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, everywhere you want to be. Sounds like I'm talking through a mic and I'm not. Goodbye. Hello and welcome back to the Not So Fit Couple podcast with your hosts, Lucy Hallidan.
I'm Benjamin Holden.
I feel weird today because I've also got a vlogging camera right in front of my face and it makes me feel like I'm being very watched. That was such a long podcast. Wasn't that long? I had to text Ben halfway through being like, wrap it up, because I have to go to this physio appointment in 40 minutes. And I've just got a lot to do. I'm gonna have tuna because tuna is quicker. So we're gonna have some coconut rice. I'm stressed. Why are we stressed? Well, calm. I love coconut rice. You know, I really wanted minced beef today, but we can't have the minced beef because I've now no time to do the minced beef. I'm gonna have a little bit of cheese. I'm gonna have a bit of onion. Guys, we're gonna add some nuts. Crushing them with my hand like the Hulk. Tuna and mayo and onion. It's a whole, I think that looks delicious. And cheddar cheese. I keep saying Ben needs to cook for me, but actually, I think this looks delicious. I'm gonna also add a bit of soy sauce. Cal's taking the piss out of me, but I think this looks absolutely delicious. Please comment if my food doesn't look absolutely disgusting. Do you know what? Doesn't matter, Cal, as long as it's nutritionally dense. And that has got everything you need. I've got 15 minutes to eat, and then I'm gonna go and do a little bit of work before we need to go because the podcast ran over. I'm excited about my shit. The place that I'm going for physio, it's actually not somewhere I'd usually go. I think it's like a little bit more of a holistic place. And I was just saying to Cal, sometimes when I go to these random places, like they just sort me right out. My hip, can't even explain how it feels. It's really making me feel quite down. I feel like I had such a good streak of just being okay. Like I know I had a really bad knee niggle and like my spine and stuff, my lower back and my sacrum was sore right before the speed project, but I just managed to deal with it and just be okay. And the hip is a really sensitive topic for me because it's just an ongoing injury I've had since I was 14. So I know it's not great when it flares up. And it's why doing it right before Worlds. Just could have given me till after World. I know I've had so much on this year. Just make me feel a little bit down, but I'm just being very truthful about how an injury makes you feel. I miss running so much. I know I did 9K this morning, but like I'm not running how I should be running, like at all. But it is what it is. Fingers crossed this lady does something. I don't even care that that's slanted. I'm in such a rush and it is now saying it takes an hour to get there. It's supposed to be 35 minutes. Obviously, I always give myself enough time to get to places, but oh, fuck me. I'm so busy today. Sometimes life just gets in the way, doesn't it? And I've just got a lot on and then I feel really stressed about having an injury so close out of World, and we've got so much going on and it's exciting with like the investment for the app, but I've just, tell me where I'm going, Waze. I bet this is like a boring random video for you, but I'm hoping it's a little bit more like realistic of just like I'm here, there and everywhere. When I get back this evening, I have a lot of work to do and sometimes it really plays my mind a lot when I've got so much on. This weather is also, do not go, thank you. But I'm really hoping I get a few more answers with my hip because it's just making me feel so miserable and I've nothing else to say. I'm gonna get to my appointment just on time, which to me is late. I'm gonna go and drive home and then probably maybe do 2 hours of work this evening, just like boxing off loads of stuff that I've got on and also eat. I'm just hungry. Do you know what I'm finding frustrating about this injury? I've had it for so long and I just stopped doing my rehab when it wasn't hurting. I had an ultra and then a marathon, and then another marathon, all 2 weeks apart. And I thought, I feel good, so I don't need to do it. What a fucking idiot. I get really madly frustrated with injury because I know all the rehab, I know what I need to do for it, and it was almost like I wasn't being proactive. But then also I think because if you remember, I had this mad knee flare up before the speed project in Florida, so I kind of focused on that and it took away from the hip. Do you know what? You live and you learn, and we've learned, and we're pissed off. Excuse me. Come say hi. Oh, my sleepy angel boy. He is a sleepy angel boy. Minnie's still being Minnie, and she doesn't really like human contact. There she goes. Look at you. Oh, my handsome boys. He's just woken up from his nubby. Yum. Everything in this massive, like, nourishing bowl: chicken, feta, cheese, hummus, blueberries, nuts, tomato, balsamic vinegar, salt. Delicious. I'm also watching Bridgerton, the new series. It's good. Ben's just come back with
My auntie's made homemade scones.
homemade scones.
Here's to say. Shall I taste?
Oh my god.
Should I taste that one?
No. Oh my goodness. My camera's about to die. So I love you and leave you. I know today's video, no, I'm finishing it. I know today's video is a little bit hectic. My life is hectic. I love you and leave you. Give a big thumbs up, subscribe.